So people used to
complain. You hear all the typing happening.
My keyboard. People used to complain about that back in the day so much.
The power mechanical keyboard.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spawncast, episode 436. It'll be a slightly shorter podcast tonight. I have some stuff in the morning, but I still have some stuff we can go over tonight. Got some people together here. Let's start over here with OJ. OJ, how's it going over there with the pre-show? Hold it up.
It's going good. I enjoy doing it. Shout outs to everybody that drops by the pre-show. For those who don't know, I run a pre-show usually about an hour or so before this show. So if you want to come by and hang out, you can do so. So I appreciate everybody that does. Today we had a lot of people there, so thank you.
That was pretty low energy. Is someone off camera holding a gun to your head, or like what's
my wife? I mean, obviously, who else would it be?
Blink twice if we should call someone.
It's RGT. RGT is watching some wrestling pay-per-view. I feel like there's a pay-per-view on every like other day or something.
Yeah, he pays into like 10 services for it. There's got to be something going on every minute of every day.
He just names the most random wrestling promotion. He's like, oh, there's a big wrestling pay-per-view on tonight. Like, I've never heard of that. And it's probably in a gym somewhere with like 10 people. So somehow he gets it fed to his TV. I don't know.
It's just someone's backyard.
Yeah. Hey, that actually might be kind of entertaining, though, to be real. The backyard wrestling stuff back in the day was crazy. They've got like a video game made after it.
I remember that video. I never played it. Was it good?
No. It wasn't. It was kind of like an arcade brawler, I guess, sort of. So, I don't know. It was kind of stupid, but it was. I mean, it's based on backyard wrestling. Somehow they got a deal to make a backyard wrestling video game. So
I remember it though. I do remember. I was just like,
I think they had two of them. I think there were two. I remember it was on the PS2. I remember seeing it. Celia, how you doing over there?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. I've been playing a lot of Ukulele Replayly, and I'm currently cat sitting. My friend's at TwitchCon right now, so I'm watching her cat for her.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. And then Evan. Yep. How you doing, Evan? Good to have Evan here. Let's see. It was a week of releases with Legend ZA. All kinds of Pokemon stuff leaking. We had the ROG Xbox Ally, and we actually had a lot of discussion, which I thought was kind of interesting because I know, Evan, you've talked about this. I think Celia's talked about this as well. The whole AI thing going on in gaming. There is actually a bunch of random stuff popped up this week about that. It got kind of busy online over it because it was starting to get tied to Microsoft and Halo Studios. But then Glenn Schofield just do an entire keynote about it. And was basically like pushing it for the industry. So a lot of stuff there. But Celia, yes. What do you think you can Replayly?
I'm really enjoying it. I'm currently trying to 100% it. I played the original version of the game years ago. I actually had like a countdown until release. So it's really cool, and I'm really enjoying like the updates with things. They had a lot of quality of life improvements with keeping track of stuff and just movement in general. The level stuff, I keep on trying to think if they've changed more things than I remember, because like I'm enjoying it more, and I don't know if that's because I just miss it or it was changes. So I need to like go back to the original and compare. But it's a fun adventure if you really like 3D platformers and Banjo-Kazooie style humor, which is basically just, it's really cheeky British like quips to it. It's enjoyable. I laugh a lot. I'm in the second level right now since I'm trying to, get everything. Like it takes a little bit. And there's some really interesting snowmen.
Interesting snowmen.
I'll leave it as that.
Okay. It's been a long time since I played ukulele. Like that was, what was that, 2017?
2017, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So I maybe I'll get to it eventually. There's just a lot of stuff to play right now. I'm all over the place, I feel like. So that's what you had mentioned. You're like playing ukulele Replayly, and we were talking about Pokemon before we went on air.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that actually. Evan, you did Arc Raiders.
Yeah, 6 hours. So it's decent.
Okay. This is kind of an Evan game though. It kind of is, right?
Yeah.
What's the thought on it? 6 hours. If anyone's unaware, you can technically play it for free right now because they have it up on all the platforms that it's going to release Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. And it's just like a free server slam test thing, and you can just play some of it. They have some stuff locked off from what I saw, but for the most part, you can get an idea of the game.
Yeah. I mean, we technically have kind of talked about this, not this game in particular, but how extraction shooters are trying to do a slightly more casual thing. And yeah, this is it. I mean, if Bungie didn't fuck up, maybe they'd be on the podium as well, trying to get one out. But Arc Raiders feels decent. It's not bad. A lot of cinematic elements to it, especially in the fighting. The enemies, which a lot of people are complaining about as being too hard because I guess they don't know how to fight them. It's just one of those weird things though, where they did the slightly closed beta before that I didn't get into, but I watched a lot of people playing and a lot of people were talking. The interactions were there. It was good. And now that they've given it to everyone, and everyone's kind of shut up and it's just shoot and that's it. Like there's nothing else. It's kind of flattened out once it hit the public. So
a lot of people on Steam, it got hit hard. It's like 180 some odd thousand people playing concurrently yesterday. So people seem really interested in it, and it's going to beat Marathon to market.
No, yeah. And I mean, it's quality. Like that's the thing. It's still decent quality, even if the community might not be where I thought it would be with this release. But I've still had a few moments where you run into people in solo play and you're talking to them, and then you actually, because like the game's set up weirdly to fit in that system, like how in squad play you can kind of revive your teammates and stuff, and it's all built in just like any other game. In single player you can get defibs and actually run around with people and revive them if they die and stuff, and it's kind of like team play. There's a lot going on, which is pretty good.
I tried. I fired it up on the Xbox just to see, and I've controlled like a decent third person shooter. I think a pretty standard one, vaulting over stuff. You're aiming. You could switch shoulders and stuff, and aim down sights from like it just shrinks your reticule and stuff. All that was fine. And I did go on one mission just to see, and right at the end, as that elevator was trying to open, somebody was firing it, like just shooting at me. That was the first interaction I had with anyone, is they just tried to kill me. And I jumped out from the corner, blasted them until their shields fell down, then they ducked away, and then I jumped in the elevator and went down and kept.
And that moment felt like pretty good, right? Like there's a lot of that in this game, like chucking grenades, using deployables, like putting up giant barricades, sealing doors. When you're trying to move around stealthy, you can actually break the metal detector power so it doesn't go off when you go through a door, so people know you're there. There's a lot of interesting ways to play it. So it should be pretty good. And I mean, it's $40, so
I was gonna say it's not even gonna be. It's gonna be that $40, almost that $40 live service kind of game. So there's a lot of. It seems like a lot of content from the start. So let's see. This is from Pickle Rick. It says, condolences to RGT with the new ROG Ally Xbox. When do you think we'll see WoW on Xbox? Also love the morning videos. They're the last thing I watch. World of Warcraft. They should have moved World of Warcraft over by now. I can't believe they haven't done it yet. Even if they could have tied that into Game Pass instead of Fortnite, whatever the pass is, that I think would have at least had a large community of people go, okay, well, that's better. So big missed opportunity. Although I have to assume that subscription for World of Warcraft is still turning in a lot of money for them. So Teacher says, saw that Capcom story. I've been arguing it for years. Just because Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door, Mario RPG, and Pac-Man World 2 got remakes doesn't mean the original shouldn't be preserved. There was a story about Capcom apparently having to be pressed a bit on getting Resident Evil 1, but mostly Resident Evil 2, I think, is what was coming up, brought over to GOG. And the idea from Capcom's angle was, we have Resident Evil 2 remake. Why do you need Resident Evil 2 for the PS1? What do you need that for? And that was an interesting thing to see. That's because it made me think, Celia, if that's Capcom's thinking, that's just the company we're hearing about. Makes me wonder about what the other companies, if they think the same way. And that's why we don't see some of these revivals of old titles.
Okay, so side note. Okay, you know how there's like a Final Fantasy VII remake, and it's beautiful and everyone loves that, and everyone's like, you should play that. I'm more likely to play through the original Polygon fun original experience than I am with playing the remake. And I know there's quality of life improvements, but like, I don't know, that nostalgic PS1 look. Like, I love the really crunchy looking polygons and everything just looking kind of odd. I think that's better. And at the end of the day, I know like businesses are gonna business, and it's a product that you sell, but video games also are an art, and those things should be preserved in their original quality.
Yeah, Gene will be on next week.
Yay,
Gene. He'll be around next week with us. And there it is. Almec says, I've bought 3 new DualShock 3 since I've had my PS3 handed down to me, and everyone had something wrong with it. Are they all or mostly botched now, or is that really just really bad luck? I got pretty lucky recently. There's a local secondhand shop near me, and I got 2 of them for 15 each, and they're in like really good shape. But the problem you're going to run into is there's a lot of fake DualShock 3s that float around. At one point on eBay, they were being sold constantly, and I know stores were stocking them a lot. So
yeah, their packaging looked almost exactly like Yep,
it's
crazy.
It looked very, very close, and unfortunately, those are not great quality over time. So,
and if you're gonna go third party, make sure to read the reviews. There's good ones and there's not so good ones.
Yeah. Brank says, last week's Spawncast is the best episode of the whole year. What are your guys' thoughts on the ending of Hades 2? Made it 8 out of 10 and felt rushed. Well, now that I've beaten Hades 2, I'll now spoil it for everyone right now.
I kind of want to.
I didn't.
Please, I'm still playing it.
Like, I haven't beat it.
Hit you with that ending real quick.
Can we not spoil games that just came out not too long ago, though? I mean, come on, no.
I guess Farang didn't like the ending as much, so that's.
I took out my head, like my piece, so I couldn't hear you guys spoil this game for me.
Well, make me tell you what happens in Final Fantasy 7, end of disc 1.
Okay, I know that one. Okay, like.
Apparently, a lot of people didn't.
Oh shit!
Okay, that's okay. So just to John's talk about the whole situation, like that's okay. The game's like 30 years old, but like Hades,
the comments didn't make it seem like it was okay.
I understand, but there's a difference between a game being 30 years old or 20-something years and a game being like 2 weeks old.
No, there's you're always going to get those people. I mean, we've talked about things in the first 2 minutes of games that like you're going to experience, and people have been in the chat. You're spoiling
all the big twists in gaming. Wait till I tell you about Knights of the Old Republic 1. Wait till I tell you what happens at the end of that game.
This is a crazy skill tree. I didn't know there was a skill tree. Spoiling.
Yeah, I was really shocked when that first happened to me because it was like something that was in the trailer. Like I didn't play the game either, and like I like mentioned it, and they're like all mad at me because of spoilers. And it's like, I'm sorry. Wild times.
Cool Rip says, glad I made it to the first Spawn Sportscast. Yeah, I made one baseball tweet, and people were talking about Sports Wave. Make the podcast, the sports podcast.
I'll say this: I will talk sports if the Mariners make it to the World Series. If they win it, oh my gosh, I will talk about them.
You got to find a time where Nate's around for it.
I'm gonna drag him out of retirement because I hate him. For those who don't, just real quick, for those who don't know, I hate Nate because he's a stupid Yankees fan, and his Yankees beat my only time that the Mariners had a real. Like I thought they were going to win the World Series. Well, I thought they were going to win it in the early 90s, like with Ken Griffey and all them. But in 2001, they had a really good team with Ichiro. Like they won record amount of games, and the freaking Yankees beat them. And I hate to
remind them who they were.
Yeah, remind them the damn Mariners. They've never won anything.
It's gonna be up to might be up to the Switch 2 to take down the Dodgers.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
I'm scared of the Dodgers. Even if the Mariners win, I'm scared of them because they're so good. They just buy championships, so it sucks.
Astrolux says, impulsively bought a refurbished GameCube with a custom clear purple shell along with Wind Waker. What are some of the best GameCube games that I may have missed out on?
Beautiful
Joe. Best ones? That's actually funny. I was playing that earlier. Beautiful Joe.
Really? Oh god, I love that game.
Yeah, I was doing one of those emulation box systems that I put together for stupid cheap, and it plays GameCube games fine. I was like, let me fire up Beautiful Joe. Still awesome. Still really good. Easy recommendation. I would say even Twin Snakes, just because it's a fun take on Metal Gear Solid 1. Although these are going to be Beautiful Joe isn't that expensive, I don't think. Metal Gear is, unfortunately. That one's kind of expensive. Sega Soccer Slam, that's a fun game. If you haven't played that before, kind of a overlooked 3v3 arcade soccer game. Football game, soccer game on the GameCube. It's cool. They have the spotlights to go around. If you jump up the spotlight, it slows down time, and you kick the ball at the goal. It's pretty cool.
You're looking for an RPG, check out Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah,
that's a good one too. Yep. Phantasy Star Episode 1 and 2 you can play offline completely. That's a good one. Go ahead, Silly.
Also, Ocarina of Time Master Quest is on GameCube, and I think that's cool if you want a more challenging original adventure.
Any of the Mario parties to ruin your friendships or Mario Strikers.
Hell yeah.
Pickle Rick says Geist. There you go. You Geist. Let's see. The Port of Silly Gamer says, Celia, best way to buy your game that gives the most money to developers, rather fund hard-working devs rather than Gabe Newell's Ozempic prescription.
Oh my God. So the thing is, though, is platforms all take a cut. So it's not like you can get around things in different ways. It's just supporting the developer on whatever platform makes the most sense for you. Or like, I don't know if the developer is doing a Kickstarter for whatever new project they're doing. That's another way to support. But another way is just to tell all your friends about the game as well. And so they pick it up on their platform of choice.
Good Kid asks if that's new camera, Celia.
I've changed nothing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My camera works and I look, less cloudy. And some weeks I look like I have a filter. I did nothing. But thanks for noticing.
Okay. Zbat says, how to not sound like a hater but criticize EA. I want so much more for Pokemon games than Game Freak is giving us. Look at Beast of Reincarnation. Reincarnation. Thank you. I haven't looked at that.
The game's not even out yet.
Oh, that's the
other one that looks like they know what they're doing. Yeah,
that's the one that
the one that's running like at 20 frames per second and people ignored it because my graphics. That one.
Best Molo says, so disappointed with ZA Legends. Aside from the combat, the effort and presentation feels so much lower than you get accused of being negative. Casual New Gamer says, don't make me go watch DSP. It doesn't spoil games.
Damn, that's a threat.
Stephen P says, I've been playing the original Pikmin again. What did y'all think of the 30-day time limit? I know it makes it harder, but I hate being rushed.
I mean, that's the common Majora's Mask thing as well. People don't like being rushed for stuff.
It was different back then. I feel like I've gotten used to it now. Maybe it's just Pikmin in general, but back then it was interesting to see time being brought into the equation with something like that, or even Animal Crossing.
There was a Breath of Fire game that did that too, I think.
Yeah. So it was new enough to where it was kind of like, oh, this is interesting. But all right, let's go to Pokemon Legends EA since Astrolock gifted 5 Spawning memberships. Shout out to Astrolock. If you got a membership from Astrolock, make sure you drop some emojis in chat for them. Let's go to Pokemon Legends EA.
To Zbat though, you're not gonna sound like a hater if you're saying stuff that's like, oh, I wish there was voice acting. That's not being a hater.
You're hating.
No, it's
just
not.
be happy. Just be happy, OJ.
That's
happy you got anything.
Or I wish the graphics were better. That's not hating. That's not hating either. So you don't got to worry about that's like obvious stuff that people have been saying for like 3 decades or something like that now. So that's not hating. So don't feel like you can't say that. If you feel like saying it, then say it.
Let's go to Pokemon Legends ZA. It is out now, released on Thursday. I just picked it up physically at the store the next day. I saw many people go to midnight releases. Josie did a whole vlog on it on the midnight release, locked her keys in her car, apparently. There's a whole thing. You gotta watch the video, see how that turned out.
That's crazy.
But I did pick it up on the Switch too, the physical copy. There's stuff in there. So it wasn't just an empty manual section. There was actually some stuff in there, which is kind of cool. But I did pick it up. I've played it for a few hours now. I have some thoughts on it. Celia, you didn't pick it up yet. You said you have other things to play. You're the big Pokemon fan, though.
I know. It's on my list of things to buy, but I talked myself out of it because it's like, oh, man, it's just going to sit on the shelf for a little while. And, I don't know. I will play it eventually, and I'll have a lot of thoughts and feelings on it. I'm still also kind of emotionally on the fence about things from what I've seen and what other people have also talked about. It's what I experienced in the demo. The combat is fantastic. I had a lot of fun doing that, but I don't know how the world is built out and stuff. It isn't as appealing to me as other Pokemon games have been in the past, but it's life. I'll play it eventually.
It's life.
We'll watch Josie's stream, then we don't have to play it yet.
It's life. Oh, you've been playing it.
Played a ton of it. Been playing.
Okay.
I think I'm
good.
10 plus hours.
Okay.
Which is, some people have already beaten it, so I'm not quite there. I'm doing all the side. I'm gonna 100% it, so I'm doing all the side quests and getting all the wild zone stuff. So I've put a ton of time. I've done some story stuff as well. So yeah.
They start giving you lists of stuff right away. It's like you got all these mission objective thing, like go catch X amount of Pokemon in this wild zone and stuff. So they start hitting you with a lot of that, which you got in Arceus as well. They would give you the book that had all the stuff to do in it.
Yeah.
It's
a bit more streamlined than Arceus. because of the goal of Arceus, it was like you're mapping out the Pokedex, you know.
Mhm.
And like, it was like the first like type of Pokemon trainers. This one's a little bit different. It's like, oh, you already know some more, so you're getting like rewards for doing it. But it's very similar though, very similar in how they do it, just a little bit different in some of the structure wise. Because this one's more like modern, whereas obviously Arceus, it's like back, you know, it's like a back in the day, like back in the day.
Yeah, so every time, basically do these missions, every time you get enough experience for doing the missions, you level up, and then they give you a move. It looks like a TM. So you get Rock Smash right away, and you can just break stuff in the environment to get to newer parts of the city. But it does take place completely in that city, and that was the part that I was unsure of, because Arceus, you could change biomes or environments or stuff. The city, again, I'm a few hours in. I don't know if there's maybe areas that they do change up drastically or something that I haven't seen. But that was the thing I was concerned about a bit, because when we started to see more and more of it, and people talk about the pictures that are the textures for the buildings, and it is just an image. It's pretty funny. I mean, it is just a flat building for a lot of the stand-in buildings. There are some important buildings that they do build out the front. For the most part, though, like, yeah, 90% of the buildings you see are just, they just put an image on it. That was kind of it. I don't know if that's because the Switch 1 was limited in some way and they didn't think to add, I don't know, extra texture or something for the Switch 2. But the good thing I will say for the Switch 2 version is it does run at 60 frames and it doesn't look low resolution. I think it looks very, very clean. Like there's no Vaseline, nothing like that.
The bar is on the floor. That's basically what I heard from you.
I mean, yeah, look, the Switch 1, I don't know how it plays on the
higher
Switch
than
1.
Usual. Yeah,
I didn't play
I know, but like that's so sad. Like it's like, you know, the great thing about the game runs.
It does
run. Like, you know, it looks like a game.
I will say the character models themselves look fine. They don't look like you think of the N64 tree from Pokemon Sword and Shield or whatever it was. It's the character models I think look good. They're animated well. The problem you run into is you get 15 minutes in and everything comes together, but it's like you're missing an audio track and there's just no voiceover. And it was fine before, I think, when they were on the handheld side, because people would look at it and be like, well, what are you gonna do? It's on the Game Boy Advance, you know? Oh, okay, it's on the DS now. Okay. They're getting to the point where everything else is just to a level where you kind of need to have it. I think it kind of breaks the immersion. And it was the thing that really got me, where I was like, maybe I'm older and it's just not really for me. I'm playing the beginning of it and the 6-year-old's next to me watching and he's like, why aren't the people talking? And like, oh, okay. So maybe it isn't just an old person thing. Maybe like even some of the kids are noticing.
Yeah, it's kind of standard now. Also, Pokemon has had voice acting technically, like in Pokemon Stadium, the voice when you'd be like, it's a one-hit wonder.
That's
Oh, the announcer?
They dabbled with it. And in Pokemon Snap, you know, there's like Ash.
They have it in Pokemon Masters, the mobile game.
Yeah. Yeah, they have
it's
that.
Like the characters are I mean, there's not a ton of talking, but they are voiced in Pokemon Masters.
Yeah. So like, you know, you'd think that they would start, you know, doing that. I don't know.
At the very least, like a Poke speak that's just like garbled noise.
Yeah.
It gets modified slightly as the text goes by.
I personally think what they should do, they should do like important cutscenes and stuff like that. They should have it and then like maybe the other ones you don't have to. Like Trails in the Sky, everything's not voiced. But like a lot of the important stuff is voiced, you know?
Yeah, and those ones when it's not voiced, they're not zoomed into the character and up against them, and like you said, it's like zoomed out. You know, it's like the typical look. So when you're doing an important cutscene, like you say in the next Pokemon game, and it's right up against them, that's where you'd have the voiceover. When it's zoomed out and it's the normal gameplay, you just see boxes of text come up. But those wouldn't be minutes on end of dialogue at the bottom and the person.
Yeah.
Just doing that.
Okay, it is weird that the mouth synced to the text, but there's no voice. If they didn't have that line up so well, I feel like it wouldn't be as missing. But it's weird, right? Like, it's pretty exact from what I've seen.
Yeah, it looks like if a person went in there and recorded the voice, they could probably get it to all sync up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
somebody actually did it on Twitter. I mean, it was trash voice acting, but I mean, it was,
yeah.
It was still
Probably,
something.
it was
right?
probably
It was
them in their
still
closet,
something.
you know, like with
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
microphone trying to
It
You
was-
get
think
to
that was
work.
cut? Like they were planning
No,
it and
voice
they're like, nah.
no,
No,
they didn't do.
They didn't do it.
They didn't do it for
Okay.
Pokemon Sword and Shield, and there was like a music video, like there was
It's-
or like a what was it, or like a rock band or whatever, you know?
Oh yeah,
So-
there was.
Yeah,
I forgot
Team
about
Yell,
that.
yeah. Ironically, Team Yell.
yeah. So there
Yeah, there's
wasn't
no
that.
yelling.
So,
How rude.
so they weren't
I have no
going
voice,
to. I
but
mean,
I must scream.
it can't be I can't imagine it's a money thing, obviously, to get
they
it
just
done.
don't. Don't feel like doing it.
It seems crazy that it is just they don't feel like doing it. I don't know. I feel like eventually there's some kind of pride comes into play with that. I would assume.
That'd be the only thing I could like. They did it
just
for
looks kinda
Pokemon
bad.
Masters. They felt like doing it. They didn't feel
Right.
like doing it. That's the only thing that I can think of, at least.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe a time thing. I don't know, because it seems like you would just have a division that's responsible for the voiceover. They would get it done as everything else is going too. It's hard to explain. Like the 6-year-old was asking me, why aren't they talking? Like I do not have a good answer.
Yeah,
for
your boy's 6 already. Gosh.
Yeah. Yep.
Crazy.
He's he's the one interested. The other kid isn't interested in Pokemon at all. He doesn't care.
Is it the
he
voice
plays
acting?
Minecraft.
It's the voice acting, right?
Now he
I
likes
say that-
Minecraft and stuff.
Oh man, he's 6 already. As I said, I have a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
There's a Minecraft mod that's just Pokemon. You should throw him in that one.
Yeah. Well,
Get him in that one.
he likes Legos and Minecraft. He's not really a Pokemon fan, but the other one is Pokemon fan. And he just seemed confused but the thing is, he didn't really ask that question much about Brilliant Diamond, and I think it's just the look of it, and it wasn't as involved with the cutscene or cinematic where you see right up against the character's face and like they're just
But wait, Brilliant
mouthing
Diamond,
nothing, you know.
that came out when that came out 2020.
Was that
When was
21 or 22?
Your boy was like,
when was that?
your boy was
Hold
much
on,
younger,
let me
though, wasn't he?
Hold on, let me see. When did that come
Wait.
out? Or was that 23? When was that?
It was 2023 for that one.
Let me see. I gotta see what the release date was on that. Maybe someone in the chat can. Release date. That was out in 2021. Yes. Yeah, 2021.
Oh my,
Yeah,
really?
that's what it says. He didn't play it on release. He played it much later, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, he
Okay.
didn't play it right away. I just had it, and he's like, "Oh, well, fine, like play Pokemon." It's like, well, that's not a bad one. But he liked Let's Go Pikachu. He liked that one, but again, it wasn't. This just seemed like they should have had that voice acting in it. Like it makes me wonder about Gen 10 because we do know it's coming next year. We know a bunch actually more information we should about it. We even know some of the budgets around these games, or purported budgets, or at least their targeted budgets that probably don't include marketing or anything else, but
Or voice acting.
boy, we don't know. Gen 10 could have voice acting. The copium is real. This the budget for Legends EA seemed to be, according to documented stuff and what people are saying, about 13 to 14 million right in there. And the budget for Gen 10 reportedly is roughly 20 million. Now those seem to be targets with just documentation they had, so it could have gone over. Apparently there was some back and forth about the DLC being more expensive than they wanted it to be, for example. So, budgets change, you go over them, it happens. So still though, that's pretty low for what you would think a game like this would be doing. And then we bring up the voice acting thing and it's like, probably could have done that. So with that said, because that was the thing that stuck out to me the most outside of the JPEG textures for the buildings, the gameplay is actually a highlight. I do like the battle system for this one, and it's like a real-time system, but it has cooldowns for all your moves and everything, and you can just move freely as your little Pokemon does that runs around, and you can just have them throw all kinds of attacks and debuffs and stuff in order as you choose. So you target the enemy Pokemon, you press the face button, and it'll start just throwing its attacks and stuff at them. And it feels much more involved than the turn-based Pokemon game. Those are fine, of course, but it feels different enough to where I get it. Legends can be its own series that runs alongside the more traditional Pokemon games. But I'm trying to think of, maybe it's because we've had the traditional turn-based ones for so long. I kind of feel like I like this one more, actually, than the menu system Pokemon games.
it's really going to be based on like competitive play. I think that if it's as a competitive game, this game is nowhere near as good as the turn-based games. But as just as a battle system for like a single player play, I think it's really fun. And for people that maybe aren't as big of a fan of turn-based games, this one would be a lot more fun to play. So I can understand that for sure, because there's a lot of cool aspects about it. The cooldowns are cool. That sounds weird. I mean, it sounds like a pun, but I'm not trying to do one. But like, I think that like, John, what you're seeing with this one is the fact that like it kind of tells you all that too. Like it tells you how long it takes to cool down. Like the moves have like different type of aspects. They don't feel as binding as the turn-based system, especially if you're not into competitive play. I think it works really well. I'm not doing competitive. Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of people aren't into competitive play. So I think this one works so much better as just like a standalone, like single player experience, Whereas like the turn-based games they try to have to balance single player and multiplayer together because like the multiplayer community is large,
Did you see the thing that was going around on X where so in the game you're going up ranks. You start at like Z, you're supposed to work up the alphabet. They were posting the rank jumps that happen, and it's not necessarily.
That's a spoiler for some people. So I mean, just please.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Some people were complaining. Why are they already putting stuff out like that? So
we can only say
I guess you already
things,
said it.
Give
so
no info.
I
didn't say the rank jumps. I said you move up in ranks, but there were people complaining about certain aspects to it based on the rank jumps, I guess, that happen in the game. I went from Z to, I guess, just Y, I guess. I haven't moved more than one spot from that. So the game itself has so many noticeable drawbacks that are more aesthetic than anything else, but the game for a gameplay perspective is fun, and I think Pokemon fans get a kick out of it. But man, it is noticeable now that it just feels, I would say amateurish, but just, I guess, old, like in terms of the presentation. So that's something Game Freak would have to figure out, because they have that other game the person was mentioning here that does look good visually, but we don't really know much about the gameplay or how it will actually run in terms of frame rate and stuff. So
what game are you talking about?
The leak stuff.
The other Game Freak one, the game that they showed.
Oh, you're talking about
looked very
Beast of
realistic.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation, yeah.
Oh, okay. He's talking about that game. It's a Souls-like single player game. It's not a Monster Tamer game. It's like people comparing. Like I get why people would compare it, but I think it's a really bad comparison. In my own personal opinion, I think a better comparison would be something like, even though they don't play alike, but like Digimon or something like that, which that Beast and Reincarnation game blows away Digimon as in graphics too, right? And like lots of other Monster Tamer games, because all you got to do is just focus on one person. You just focus on just making a Souls game. You don't have to focus on a bunch of other different Pokemon and how they balance them and multiplayer and other stuff like that. So I just think it's a bad comparison. I mean, if Pokemon was a single player Souls game, I'm pretty sure they'd have no problem making it look like Beast and Reincarnation, but it's not a single player Souls game. But I still feel like
Pokemon Souls game.
Huh?
Would you play a Pokemon Souls game?
Like
if that be brutal and dark or something. Just
if they have like multiple, like if there was a lot of cool aspects of it, but if it was just like a one-man army, no. Like I wouldn't be excited about that as much. But no, like I think that they definitely need to up, like obviously the graphics need to be better. Like that's something that I've been saying, for a hot minute now. Like the graphics need to be better, but just using Beast and Reincarnation, like I said, that game runs like at 20 frames. Like it's not done. We got to wait and see if it's even good. What if the game sucks? It might not be good. Game Freak makes games outside of Pokemon, and not all of them people don't necessarily like all their games even outside of Pokemon.
I think Small Town Hero or whatever.
Yeah, Little Town Hero. People are like, oh, that game was not good.
Game wasn't good.
Yeah, that game was not good. And people are like, oh, it looks better than Pokemon. Well, yeah, it sucks. It's not a great game. So we have to just like calm down with that.
The interesting dichotomy of Game Freak. It'll either look good and suck or look mediocre and be okay.
So I mean, like this Beast and Reincarnation game, it might be good, it might not. But I mean, yeah, we'll see on that one. But yeah, definitely, I think like Digimon would be like a good, comparison overall in terms of like, what it could look like, for them.
I have that new Digimon game, but I haven't played it yet on the PS5.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely a good game. I've played just not too much of it, but from what I've seen, definitely it looks like it's solid graphically. It looks good as well. It's a turn-based RPG though, so I mean, it just might not be as appealing to some people. But no, it's and on console, I mean, it is 30 FPS on console, which
it was weird. You said that last time. I was like, really?
I don't know why it's 30 FPS on a PS5 Pro, but hey, you know, whatever. So there's also that, but yeah.
So we'll see when I want to hear Celia's opinion when she gets a chance to play Legends EA at some point, I guess, either later this year or next year.
I have a side off-topic question, but related to what we were talking about. For the Beast game that Game Freak is developing, do we know if they're doing it entirely in-house or are they outsourcing development as well, or partnering with other studios?
We don't know, but Joe Merrick, he's a big Pokemon guy. He thinks that they are outsourcing a little bit. That it's not all of Game Freak, that it is kind of, I wouldn't say it's just like Pokemon Diamond or the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, where it was it was just like, a completely different company. But he does feel like there is some outsourcing going on with that game.
Yeah, I have a lot of suspicions with that. We can get into that when we get more information about that game. But I have a lot of thoughts and things I want to confirm first. Okay, just wondering.
So ZA was, ZA is basically a Switch 1 game that they just moved over to the Switch 2. But Gen 10, which we got, there's all that leaked information around all kinds of stuff from Game Freak. So that's a whole thing. But Gen 10 it's next year. It was apparently supposed to come out in 2025, but they pushed it the next year. And there's two versions. It's called Wind and Wave. It seems to be what it's called. The two games. And the thing with that is there's no Switch 1 version. It's only Switch 2. And that would be the moment where you go, okay, well, this should be you assume the jump for Game Freak from Switch 1 to Switch 2, of course, not a Switch 1 game, and they're just going to do like the Switch 2 edition. This is where I expect to see the things like, it sounds bad because you're like, oh, that's next gen, it has voice acting and stuff. That's where you expect, I figured, the presentation and sort of the quality of it to take a step up.
We'll find out.
Did you see the leaked demo?
The leaked demo? No, I didn't see leaked demo.
No.
You didn't see like the actual, like the new engine demo? That you didn't see that
well,
part?
they had that. Was it the X engine?
Yeah.
I saw they had screenshots of what they believed would be like, it was like targeted, but I didn't see the footage of it. No.
Oh, okay. I have the footage.
No, really.
Yeah.
Why would you admit to that? They're in your house.
They were going crazy online, striking everything they could.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, or maybe if you missed it, because it got DMCA'd.
Yeah, it was getting hit.
It's Pokemon Engine X, apparently. It's a new engine. And the demo, I can describe it. The demo that I saw, or like the engine thing that I saw, it just showed like I forgot what Pokemon it was, like one of those like big old whale Pokemon, and like one of those like manta ray Pokemon. And whoever was messing with it was like kind of like scrolling and turning it and like rotating it. And obviously it's early, but yeah, it definitely looked like the environments are going to be like a big part of this. Obviously wind and waves, so there's going to be like extra emphasis on that. So from just that, it seems like there's going to be some upgrades, but once again, we got to wait and see. It's Game Freak,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's, you'd expect things to get better when they leave the Switch 1 behind, but I feel like we've been here with Game Freak a couple of times now, and they've been slow to develop in terms of 3D development. They had a few other games that were also leaked. So there's Pokemon Legends Galar, it's 2027 apparently, and Gen 11 is planned for 2030. We're so far out though, who knows if that would even hold up. But the one that seemed to catch a lot of people's attention is this game called Project Seed, and it's almost described like an MMO sort of, because it would be a multiplayer game and all the different regions are interconnected. You can just kind of move between them. And that is a game that would be 2028 or later. So basically like their whole roadmap just about got out there and was making the rounds. And that's a lot of Pokemon over the next, maybe 5 years. But that Project Seed one, that one was sounding kind of interesting. It seemed a little different, pretty big for Game Freak to take care of. I don't know. We'll see how it go.
I feel like it's going to be really cool and awesome of how they're going to incorporate that into the competitive scene in Worlds. I don't know, since I was a kid, I wish that, you know, since they had Kanto and Johto connected in Silver and Gold and Crystal, I always wanted like more regions to be connected like that, where you could go back and catch different ones and battle different trainers. And then having like an MMO type of like aspect to it and being able to play other trainers from different regions and stuff sounds really, really cool. So if this wasn't like a major leak, I would be like, yeah, someone's putting together a wish list right now.
Yeah, that's because that back in the day, there was always a thought of a big Pokemon online game. This is a massive thing, and that does sound like the made up wish list thing. But
but Major League, you know, there's obviously other things in that were announced. So yeah, it's just very interesting. But I really hope that's real and it gets a lot of love and attention and development time, because that would be something really incredible.
How would you expect that one to play? Classic or more Legends in gameplay?
I want Classic, but I'm an old man.
You'll get Legends and you'll like it, damn it.
I don't know. It'd be because if it's like a MMO, I think they might want to do like cooldowns and stuff, right?
Yeah, they'd probably lean into the Legend
that's
style.
True.
Yeah.
I want turn-based combat. I like turn-based combat.
I mean, I'll say this, like, even though I know you haven't, I mean, you played the demo, but like
I played Arceus, so like I know how the games play.
Yeah. Like this one with ZA, it's not turn-based, but it's like you still kind of have to. I mean, you don't have to wait for but you're waiting for cooldown. So there is somewhat of that element. Somebody who plays turn-based games, I don't think it'd be like, oh man, this is just like it's so bad because it's not turn-based, because you do have to wait for certain attacks and things.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
no, I want my old man. I pick from 1 of 4 moves. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah. I get you. This
but that's
one's
just me, though. Everyone else will really enjoy.
No, but I mean, I like the turn-based games too. I like them as well. They're really separate though, but I see what you're saying with like wanting it to be more of like a turn-based for like this one. So I get that for sure.
Well, we'll say, I guess Pokemon Day, end of February, they'll probably announce Gen 10.
Gotta be so cool. I'm really, I know we just like skimmed over it, but I'm really excited about the new games. I dislike leaks, and I happened upon this because obviously of Twitter, but I'm really looking forward to this. But also I like Pokemon, so I will be excited no matter what. I'm one of them. Yeah,
well, I'm hopeful for Gen 10. But we'll see what they have for us. We'll see.
I'm curious with like, because I didn't see the demo, but I saw some screenshots. So a lot of the stuff that like, well, I guess I saw at least kind of look like internal like product demos for other departments, not like pitching stuff kind of things. Like, so the different arms of the Pokemon company, of like whether it be the TV show or merchandising, whatever, would just get an idea of what the new games will be like. So I'm curious what the actual end product's going to look like. It's exciting.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because again, targeted Switch 2 hardware, not dealing with anything Switch 1, and I'll be curious to see what they do with that. Not too much longer, end of February, so that makes sense. Like I said, the bar is low right now for me with Pokemon.
As long as it's not.
Yeah, it's not, that was kind of that was one of the positives I mentioned. It works. Yeah, so that's where we are. That's where we are. Let me go over to the ROG Xbox LIX that came out this week. Asus sent one over to me. I had a chance to check it out some. I mostly just did a teardown video for it, and that's what they were expecting anyway. So that's fine. That's usually all these companies now just expect that now. Well, I'll send it to them. Maybe I'll tear it down. That one I did. I was just curious how it was built, because this is a $1,000 handheld. That's right. We have a $1,000 Xbox Xbox handheld. That was like the conversation that took over social media. Is this an Xbox or not? I will tell you, it is not an Xbox. There you go.
Are you sure?
All done. Well, okay. So my thing would be next year, one of the biggest, maybe the biggest releases in all of entertainment history is coming out as Grand Theft Auto 6. And if the pitch is, hey, this system will play that because it's an Xbox, that makes sense to me. But the ROG LIX will not play it because it's not an Xbox. So that becomes kind of a problem. And, I saw there was like, I'm trying to remember, it was like on a morning show and people were showing it on Tom Morning pointed it out. They definitely said it plays your Xbox games, and I'm thinking it kind of does, kind of doesn't though. So that's, I mean, for $1,000 to me, probably should play your back catalog of Xbox games. And
what can it play?
It plays PC Xbox games.
Oh, okay.
Games that are on their PC launcher. Yeah. You can cloud stream it, but so can the Logitech G Cloud, and so can your. I mean, everything's an Xbox. I get that.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the issue. Was it doesn't actually play the Xbox. Like if they got to that point, and maybe they will, because they have to, I figure, develop some kind of emulator that just works natively to Windows, which might mean that, you know, Windows PCs now would have the ability to back catalog Xbox games. That'd be cool, but it's not there yet. And that's the biggest problem I have with that ROG Xbox Ally X thing. One of the naming keeps throwing me off. I keep saying Xbox ROG, and then I say ROG Xbox. Is the user experience. They want you to use the full screen Windows thing, the full screen experience, but I keep going back to Windows Desktop to install updates or do other random things, and it's just not intuitive then. So I'm kind of like all over the place with this device, and it's like they're like half in, half out with this whole Xbox Windows gaming thing. They need next generation, I think, to really set it up. So it's like this half step that costs $1,000.
A measly $1,000.
Yeah,
it's totally worth it. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Didn't you see IGN's review?
No,
they get like a 9.
9 out of 10, totally worth it. Other systems are more expensive. You're getting a good deal. Shut up and buy it.
I will say for the PC handhelds, this system is the most ergonomically sound because they just put handles on the sides, which is, I mean, it holds like a controller with a big screen in the middle, and it has, you know, the freedom of Windows and stuff, which is fine, but it doesn't, the performance with it, you would expect for, again, like $1,000 or so, you'd probably expect better performance in some of these games too. There were some games like Halo Infinite, I noticed in campaign mode did have some struggles. But then I played like Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, the new remake they did, and that did well enough. But it very much still reminds me of the ROG Ally X that I already had, with a slight boost to it. Like that's kind of it. So I'm not really sure. Microsoft would have to keep updating this thing, but it's not that full-fledged Xbox handheld, I think that people were hoping for. And I don't know if they're going to make it or not. They might be fine with letting companies make these ROG Allies, and then they just keep working on Windows and sell that. So not an easy recommendation, to be honest. The other one, the $600 one, I think that's the one that MVG got. Like they sent him the $600 one.
Oh, they say it's like the ghetto. They get him the ghetto one.
He showed up and was like, "Look what they sent me." I was like, "Oh well, sorry."
Yo, they should have sent him the ghetto one, bro. That's crazy.
They did.
I'd send that shit back. I'd be like, "No, I'm good. Just go ahead and take it back."
Yeah, because that's what I can't recommend at all. Like the performance in that, it's $600, but you're mostly gonna be playing low end, indie titles, which is fine. But then you may as well buy the Steam Deck at that point. The Steam Deck, even the Steam Deck OLED is cheaper. The base Steam Deck is like $300 something. You might as well buy that if you want, because you can dual boot Windows. So it's a very odd product right now because it doesn't have a great place at that price point. So it's kind of an awkward device right now. But Microsoft probably wants to collect data and keep working on their OS, and now they have a system to attach to it. So maybe it'll just get the newest updates all the time, I guess. I don't know. But I will say Xbox Play Anywhere, when it works well, is probably one of the best experiences you can have for gaming. To just literally go between the ROG Xbox Ally X, then to the Xbox Series, then to your PC, and your saved data is transferred all the way through this whole thing to the cloud, between all these devices, one account, achievements, the whole thing. It works well. It's just so spotty. And here's my question, Celia. How do you convince a third party to participate in Xbox Play Anywhere? Because then I assume you'd want to sell on PC or Xbox, but the idea would be if you buy it on PC, you also get it on Xbox. So like that dual sort of like entitlement.
I mean, it's kind of like one of those things of, user acquisition is expensive. And if they are more likely to purchase it on PC than they are on console, then, it is an opportunity to do that in that sense. If they're going to buy it for both, and it kind of like weighs in that decision. But besides that, I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it just depends on what demographic that you're targeting and how much on the side of support from the Xbox, if you're going to be in any marketing support
Right.
are there any store page visibility spotlights that you can get into where it would make sense to put efforts to make sure that's supported? It just depends. It just depends your studio, I guess.
Yeah, because we used to get that with, I remember this happened with like the PlayStation 3, PS4 era with that, the Vita, for example,
Yeah.
cross-buy, very similar, but now Microsoft's trying to push it across, most of their platform. It just seems awkward as a third party for them to go, hey, you're going to sell the same, but if somebody on PC buys it, then they also have it on the Xbox.
It's like one of those things that if they were only like a PC gamer and they didn't care about the Xbox stuff and they were going to buy your game, they would. But it's for that group of market that likes the cross-play kind of, I guess, capabilities, and that helps push them to purchase something. So I feel like it's just a different market, I guess, that you'd be targeting. But for that, definitely I would be interested in what visibility and store pushes we would get along with that.
Yeah, Sleazy, I saw Keeper released. I have not at any time. I haven't to check that out. That's the game where that's the Double Fine game where he plays the lighthouse.
Yep.
So nice.
I want to play it. Ninja Gaiden 4 is about to come out. Like, there's stuff that's dropping everywhere. I'm trying to get the platinum wrapped up in Ghost of Yote, and I'm playing Final Fantasy Tactics, and then Pokemon Legends ZA drops. Then here comes Ninja Gaiden 4.
Gosh, life is so hard.
Too many games. Yeah. Too many games.
Too many. I've been trying to play Hades 2 and Trails in the Sky. I'm 26 hours into Trails in the Sky. Still. Yeah, yep. And I had to stop that. I'm 2-3 hours into Hades. Had to stop that to play Trail. It's like there's so many games coming out. I mean, it's hard to play everything.
It is. It's tough out here, Medallion.
I have like 7 games I'm like trying to play at once, and it's very difficult. Like, this is awesome. I wished for this as a kid. I wish there were more games, and now I have it, and I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't have a full-time job and responsibility.
It's the same thing every time when you're a kid. You're like, you have no time, or you have all the time in the world, so it's okay. You waste your time doing whatever, but you don't have the money.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I was playing Ball X Pit on the ROG Xbox Ally X $1,000 handheld. It was a good experience. Good experience. Cool game though. Cool game. They have you do farming in the game randomly. I don't know what that was about, but other than that, it was cool. It's like Breakout. So it's tough out here. Too many games.
We're in the trenches.
Carrie says, thanks for the show. What's your most anticipated release still to come in 2025? Prime 4 is what they say. It's Prime 4. It is. Got to be Prime 4.
For me, it's like dual. It's like Prime 4 for sure, but the whole first person thing is like my only hang up on that.
I live in first person mode.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Did you see that stupid rant I had? Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always rant about that. People think I'm stupid when I say that, but it's more funny than I'm just more joking, but I'm like kind of like serious. But for those who don't know, I don't like first person because it gets me dizzy, and we're already in first person. I don't want to play another game in first person. It's 2 first persons. It doesn't make sense. So I don't like first person games too much, and I get dizzy when I play them. So anyway, but yeah, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is coming out, and I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to actually have it at a decent frame rate this time around, running on native hardware at least. So that's good. So those 2, Metroid Prime 4 and Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment for me.
Anything over there, Celia?
So a game that I've been highly anticipating just came out. Goodbye, Sweet Carol. It is like it looks like Disney animation. It's like a point and click adventure horror game. It looks really cool. Looks like there's some platforming in it too. It just came out on Steam. So I'm really excited about that. I'll play it eventually, but it looks
You
really
always
cool.
find
Go
the
indie.
weird, interesting games. Huh.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. I'm really excited.
What is it called?
Goodbye, Sweet Carol.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a
okay.
Disney horror game. And I'm really, really
Let me
looking
see.
forward to it.
Sweet Carol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tower
wow,
feels.
it does.
Yeah, it has like
Yeah,
clock
it looks
tower
so
feels to
good.
it.
It needs more love. Like, I really like that style of games, and like it's such a lot of love got put into it. I've been following the creator for a while on Twitter, so I've been kind of
Just
watching
do a
this
section
game.
in the podcast where Celia just tells us about some super weird random game that she's come across.
Super cool weird game that I came across. Yeah, we'll reserve it at the end. Rapid fire indie games. Go.
Okay. Next week we'll come to you and you can tell us about some interesting new game you found. What about Evan? Anything brings you joy or anticipation in life coming up for games?
Not this year.
Okay.
What about
there's games where I want to know like what the hell happened. Like I still haven't heard any updates from Radio the Universe, and I'm just like, man.
See, I don't even know what that is. Wow. Okay. What about next year? Is there a game that you're excited about for next year?
Nothing too like at the front. Nothing that really blew me away when I saw.
What about Arc Raiders?
I mean, that's just a game.
Okay. Well,
it's just something to kill time with.
This is from Prinny Dude. It says, despite Microsoft's best efforts, I've been playing Keeper. It's been enjoyable so far. Definitely a smaller title akin to Cocoon and the like. Hopefully Double Fine keep doing more weird stuff. I do want to check that out. People are saying it's short. I need to see how long of a game that is, because this is like a 5 or 6 hour game. I might be able to wrap that up pretty quick. Gretchel says, sorry, my curiosity getting to me. What are you playing, OJ? I see the reflection in your glass and have been trying to guess. Thanks for the years of entertainment, Spawncast crew. Let's say Legends ZA.
Yeah, I'm playing Legends ZA. I'm trying to get a video, done. So I'm just capturing footage.
Varang says, I'll be playing Digimon and ZA at the same time.
Oh, nice. Man, he is monster tamered out. Let's go.
Oh, Tijo says, don't forget Puzzle League. Anime cutscenes were voiced.
Yes, they were. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I played Puzzle League a bit earlier.
Technically.
Technically. Those voiceovers are ass, but yeah, technically it was there.
They sounded pretty good in my memory, like right now. Like don't go back to the game. As I remember it's great.
It's
technically,
not good, but
KU Pikachu was also voice acted because Pikachu made noise. I love that game.
Current Hole says SIA would like to announce that Mystic Ryan is under investigation for platinum trophy fraud. Man,
what's going on?
He's busy with the platinum run right now, so he'll probably have a video, I don't know, like a month or so. He does a thing every year where he tries to get 30 platinum trophies in 30 days.
Yeah, he's been updating me on what he's been up to with that and the costumes. It's going to be a good video.
Liza Phil says, where were we all in 2001 when Final Fantasy X released? OJ John.
2001 Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, it dropped on the PS2. I remember where I was for that. I know that one. That was such a big release too.
Go ahead, John, first, because I'm trying to think.
I didn't have the PS2 at the time. My friend did, and I remember they had like not like a cabin, but like a second, not a vacation home, just like a. They would go there every now and then on the weekends. Maybe it was a timeshare or something. I don't know. But he got the game. Yeah, it might have been like that. But he got the game, and I went with them for the weekend. And so we had the PS2, the Final Fantasy X that just came out, CRT TV, like it's probably like 4-inch TV or something, and just the weekend Final Fantasy X.
Smell the ozone on it.
Sick. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, here I'll take it back. I think his dad was like a chain smoker and stuff. So you think of like the smoke smell in the living room, the old wooden TV on the ground, Final Fantasy X, the PS2. That was it right there. The days.
Where were you guys? I was 7, so.
Oh, well, I wasn't 7. I wasn't 7.
I
looked it up because I did play 10, and that was fun, but much later, obviously.
Yeah, I remember when it came out and everybody was talking about it, like at school and stuff, and I was like, man, I wish I had a PS2. I didn't have a PS2, but my friend Turtle had one. So I remember he got it a bit later. But yeah, I wasn't able to play it until later. But I remember reading about it in what was it? Game Informer. I had Game Informer magazine. I remember reading about it. I remember seeing it like on some of like the old school websites and just thinking, I'll play it one of these days. I remember people just talking about it at school, like how cool it was and everything. Like I wanted to play it for sure. But yeah, I couldn't
opening
play it at the
cutscene.
time.
Set the tone.
Yeah, set the tone,
right
man.
away.
It was cool. Like that was back when Final Fantasy was like everybody kind of like played Final Fantasy, like kids, adults, teens, like everybody kind of played it. So it was a little bit different how it is now. It was just like boomers, really.
OJ, why was your friend called Turtle?
He was called Turtle because he always moved real slow, like a turtle. So
part of me was hoping part of me was hoping you were like, that's his actual name. That's on his driver's license.
Real slow. He kind of talked slow. He kind of thought slow. So everybody just called him Turtle. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. So I was basically the friend that went over to the friend's house and just watched them play Final Fantasy X, but it was awesome.
The problem was they didn't know about it because he was in the closet behind them.
Yeah.
Just peeking out.
Let's see. Frank says, hey, I didn't say to spoil anything about Haze 2. I'm number 105 on any percent in speedrun charts, but love the ZA spoiler. Rolling on the floor laughing. What are you talking about?
Us about talking about the
Shout out to Tony. The super sticker. Shout out to Tony. DC Fat Cat says, I want to be the very best. The best ever was. I'll travel far and wide to teach Pokemon the power that's inside. I know it's
John,
my
you're
destiny.
supposed to sing it.
Apparently, I can just move my mouth and everyone reads it.
there you go.
It's subtitled right now.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh.
Subtitles right there. You don't need to do anything more than that.
Let's drink to the penultimate Switch voucher game. Sneaker Fanatic Television says Poke MMO has the first 5 gens right now.
Allegedly.
Poke MMO. Okay. Frank says the Xbox Ally X should have just been called the ROG Ally 2. It's essentially what it is. It kind of is, yeah. And that's the thing. Valve has said for a while they're waiting for technology from AMD with these chips to make some sort of leap to do the next Steam Deck. They're just hanging out with their current Steam Deck because they don't. I mean, you see the results now. It doesn't seem to make sense for them to go to the next. So the Steam Deck will have like a legitimate console life cycle, just about like in terms of the time between the first one and the second one. Like we might actually be 2027 for the next Steam Deck. It might be like a 5+ year cycle. Calendar Indie Games says compared to other Pokemon games, ZA is peak. Mr. Kraft. I recently got hooked on the Jurassic World Evolution games. Looking forward to playing Jurassic World Evolution 3 on my Xbox this coming week. I can never get into those games.
I have beef, one-sided beef with Jurassic World. My booth at E3 years ago was next to them, which sounds really cool, but it wasn't because you would get the music on repeat for like 10 hours a day. And it was like for 4 days. And
Speaker right to the side of your head.
Yeah, no, literally. It was like da 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 like on repeat. And that's like a layer of hell. So I have weird one-sided, like I get like E3 flashbacks. So I don't like it.
Mac Mega says, should you play X and Y before you play ZA? I mean, you should just play X and Y anyway.
To be like, if you're into Pokemon lore and story, absolutely. If you just want to have fun and play the game, no. But it would be beneficial to play Pokemon X and Y and know the story in particular. Because I'm already noticing a ton of things. I like Pokemon X and Y. I played a ton of it. So yeah. I mean, even like with AZ, you know, he's in X and Y. He's a main character in this one, so you'd want to know that. You'd also probably want to know lore with Pokemon Legends Arceus as well. Arceus, however you say it. There's Arceus. You'd probably want to play that.
Is it Arceus?
Arceus
I think you can say it both ways. Officially, I think you can say it both ways, but whatever.
Arceus.
Yeah, Arceus, whatever.
Arceus.
Arceus, okay. You should know the lore and know about that one as well, because there are definitely some nice little things here and there, but you don't have to. But it's just once again extra little things because all Pokemon games are connected. So yeah.
Joey gifted 1 Spawn membership. Shout out to Joey. It's very kind of you. Coogan says, Celia, I remember you were discussing Shoot and Order, completed it weeks ago. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's really ambitious. Just as a recap, Shoot and Order is a Spike Chunsoft made game. It's technically a visual novel, but there's like 5 different gameplay styles as you're doing your investigations in it, and it's a lot of fun. There are some flaws to the game, obviously, but I had a lot of like fun enjoyment playing it.
Sketches of Harmony says, don't sleep on Indy. So well directed. Classic. Is it Indiana Jones?
That's my assumption.
Okay, I was going to say that it is a good game if you haven't played it. It was. Joey says we can waste the night with old film.
Hell yeah.
Joey and Roses. Thank you, Joey. Let me see. We have. Okay. Let's go over to the last topic here with the AI stuff that was going on. This was like this whole week was all this AI stuff was happening because we had something tied up with Halo Studios with it. But the thing that really got people kind of like recoiling a bit, Glenn Schofield popped up again, which is interesting. I thought he was gonna. I mean, he's been working on some stuff for a little while now, but he showed up at Gamescom. There was a Gamescom going on right now. I think this was in. Where's this Gamescom happening? Because he was doing a bunch of Gamescom Asia, Thailand game show. So he's over there. He does a keynote, and a lot of it was about embracing generative AI and using it as standard part of development. In fact, he talked about AI as it being here to make everyone faster, better, more efficient. And AI is for all of us. It really is. It's not just for directors and artists. It's for writers and marketing executives. And he thinks it's time for the industry to embrace it rather than be left behind because other people come in and basically take over using it, is the idea. That was an interesting one to see pop up because then he started talking about using Midjourney, which is generative AI. If you look at the website for it, you kind of just type out an idea and then it'll start forming images and concept art. And that's really what he said. He was able to put together a lot of concept art and other pieces quickly using that. So now his pitch or his push right now has been the idea of using generative AI. And we see with Halo Studios, there was a recent report / rumor that came out that's mentioned that AI is being interwoven into many parts of development there. Now, that's still something that's developing right now, that story, but it wouldn't surprise me because Microsoft is like all in on AI currently to where I don't know if you got the latest Windows 11 update, but you have like Copilot that can basically hear you and help you run Windows and do stuff without you having to touch your mouse or keyboard or anything. So what's the thought on AI right now? Because that is a topic we're going to hear a lot about over the next year or two.
I mean, do we even have the amount? I mean, we got 20 minutes for this if you're trying to get out of here at 10:30, because we can talk about the bubble thing that's been going around as well. The idea that AI companies pay or get paid by chip manufacturers to buy their chips, so they then spend that money back. It's creating this weird bubble concept that might pop, which at the end of the day means if you're entirely focusing your business on interacting with the AI platforms and it collapses and you fired a ton of people in order to cut your costs and use these products, and now the products are gone, what did you do? But the big thing with, I guess, Halo, if that's the focus, is didn't the creative
really
or was
anything,
it the art director? Well, the art director quit, right?
Art director quit. Yep. So now people are tying that together. Yep.
Most likely because since Copilot and stuff through Microsoft is something they probably want to sell, they've been talking a lot about trying to integrate it with all of their developers. So it is a product they could sell to people. They're most likely trying to push a Halo out in, I imagine, like 1 or 2 years.
Did you saw the message that they left, right?
Yeah, it was like the ominous.
Dude,
the ominous thing.
It sounded so bad.
But
here it is. I know the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you are free to choose. No illusion of security nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethics, or values, and no one can force you to. Stay strong, take evidence when necessary, and find where you belong. That's the 17-year veteran at Halo Studios that left recently. That was the message they posted.
Because the question is, what are they doing here? Are they trying to integrate it, but is it something where, like, a lot of programmers and developers and stuff have talked about, where you tell it or ask it to do things and it kind of gives you something and you're like, all right, how can I fix this? Because it's just whatever. And it's making it harder for them to build it. Maybe at times, sometimes it might make it easier. And they're being told they have to do this in a short period of time because that's the goal. They used AI. They got a game out in 2 years. Guess what? The 5-year cycle is gone. They're going to downplay the people. I think they're going to downplay the people who maybe work 24-hour days or something to fix the problems. And they're going to be like, yeah, this happened because of AI. AI made this all perfect and good. So pay into this service and integrate it into your systems. It's not going to be great. It's going to be kind of like I guess, snake oil at that point to try to get people to pay for their service.
Yeah. The fear obviously is it makes development that would normally take 5 years, makes it 3 years. And then they go, can we make it go even faster than that? And eventually you have the executives and stuff at the top go, how many developers do we actually need here? How can AI do a lot of this work?
I mean, Elon even said he started his own game company that would, I mean, we'll see how that works. Yeah. But he was like, it's just going to be AI making a game and that's it. No one else.
I mean, Google made Stadia because they thought they could develop games in a couple of years. And they realized, oh, this is kind of hard. And they pulled the plug on that immediately. So we'll see if AI can build a game that's good or fun.
That's the thing. I think they're going to hyper focus on the turnaround, but if Halo sucks again, if it's not good again.
There's 2 games that are currently rumored, and it's worth mentioning here along with this AI stuff because the idea of this is they use AI to help them get started, and then they kind of bring the rest of it to the finish line. But 2 Halo games potentially could be set for next year. One being this Halo 1 remake that's been discussed forever now, it feels like. And the other one being a multiplayer game that they brought up Fortnite. I don't think it's necessarily a battle royale, though. I think it's just kind of a live service game, which is already what Infinite is anyway. They already have that. But 2 Halo games, and it makes sense. They have their 25th anniversary for Xbox and Halo next year, so they probably want to do some big releases for the brand. But I mean, we'll see. Halo World Championships is this Thursday, I believe, or Friday. Friday is when they're going to show it. They'll have a deep dive on stage at like 1:00. They'll make the announcement for both or one of these games, and then we'll see how it looks. Unreal Engine, though, so we'll see how that goes. The AI thing is going to be concerning for a while. I think I mentioned last year, these companies are going to use it and they're just not going to tell you they use it. You'll find out a couple years later in a report.
We'll find out when the game is bad. I am just to jump in a little bit. I wrote some notes, but so like basic. That's why I was typing earlier, and I was like trying to transfer it from my phone. Anyways, besides the point, I'm really worried about this, and how eager the heads at the top are. Like, yeah, we can use it everywhere. You know, we can have it in marketing, we can have it in narrative, we can have it everywhere. And then like what? So you're gonna underpay a skeleton team to edit through the slop and try to put the pieces together as they're chanting faster. Like, I'm very concerned of what this is going to look like. And like using AI as a tool for certain aspects of development that makes the development, cycle maybe a little bit quicker, saves time for developers, so they're not like carving out like the terrain and building every mountain. Sure. Yeah. Having like a little bit of procedurally generated things that they can edit through, that sounds fine. But when you lean so heavy into it and bring up the things that Evan had brought up, I'm leaning into that where it's a technology that they're dependent on as well. That could very well be the final nail in the casket for a lot of AAA. Like it's very scary, and they're playing with fire for the sake of profits, and it scares me. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they'll U-turn and use people. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think some of the people signing off on these decisions understand what makes a game great.
Yeah, the other aspect is if it is just a ton of developers and stuff that are kind of let go because AI is you have AI that can fill in for, or at least the executives feel like it can fill in for a bunch of people. Eventually, just being a game developer is not an interesting profession to get into, and then you start having the lack of talent situation for gaming.
There already is like a lack of talent, like I guess like vacuum right now, because like there's like, less people entering the industry. There's less entry-level jobs because of that. There's so many things going on. Like it's like a vacuum right now. And then like the people that, have been here for so long, a lot of them are quitting, and that leadership and direction that the new people could learn from, like I have a lot of thoughts and feelings I probably can't say on air. Right?
Go ahead and
but I'm
say
worried.
it.
No, I'm worried. Okay.
No, you're okay.
We'll
got your back.
Keep a secret here, guys. Right? No clipping.
I got your back. If you get fired, I'll give you a job.
Thanks, OJ. So cool.
You're not gonna like the job, but he'll give you.
Oh,
no, the job's
even
gonna
better.
be great. I do all sorts of stuff you guys don't know about.
It's a lot. It's a lot of thoughts and feelings about things, but we'll have to wait and see. And I really hope that the art is chosen over the profits. But unfortunately, video game companies are also businesses. So we'll see.
It's kind of a shame because you feel like the idea of AI would be good for gaming, but there's just such this fear around it now to where it's like, man, could this end up just making things worse overall?
Well, yeah, because saving time versus firing an entire like legion of staff in favor for a slop tool. Okay, I gotta stop talking shit. Okay, guys, talk. I'm getting angry. There was
a developer that I talked to maybe a month or two ago, and they gave me a good use case of AI that helped them literally while developing a game. They said, I could not get this code to compile. There was something wrong with it. I didn't know what was going on. So I just copy and pasted it into like, I don't know, either ChatGPT or Claude or something, or Grok, one of them. They find the error, and it came back in like a minute and told them what the problem was. And then they went from there, and they're like, oh, okay, cool. That would have taken me the rest of the day to figure out. I now know what the problem is. I'm moving on. Like, that seems like a good idea. That's a good use case. But then I guess the problem is, hey, code this game for me. And then AI just goes and does it. It's like, oh, wow, that was like a week's worth of time. There we go. Okay. Hopefully this is good.
There's also the oddity built into some AI structures. I don't know how much you've looked into the side of it where they've been finding out that like, because they program it to try to be a product that people enjoy, there's a level of like semantic nature being put into it where if you ask it to do something or ask if it's a good idea, it goes, oh, hell yeah, you're a genius. You need a Nobel Prize for this. Like it gets weird, and it starts like causing people to do very dumb things that they shouldn't be doing. It's actually caused a lot of people to take their own life not that long ago, and that's why there's things going on now involving like lawsuits and stuff. Oh, it's all kinds of crazy. But yeah, let's put it completely into one industry, have everyone leave it, then indie just becomes big and all the AAA crashes and burns. So
that Sora 2 like video generation thing was like crazy looking. It ended up getting to the point where you have to like, they have it so companies are showing up, hey, we don't want our stuff being trained off this. Well, it's a little late now. It's already been trained off of it. Basically, you don't ask permission. You just search the internet, train these algorithms and stuff and large language models off of already existing artwork or content, videos, anything really. And then you go, hey, make this in the form of Tron or something. Make it like that kind of style, and it will do it, And those videos were super convincing. It makes you wonder, 5 or 6 years, it's gonna be really hard to tell the difference between any of this stuff.
Dude, Sora 2, like it flooded TikTok and Reels, and like it's so annoying to doom scroll and like I see a video and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Like it'll be a cute little kitten. And I'm like, okay, why are there like stray pixels? And, like, it looks like that weird, like blurry kind of look to it. And I'm like, okay, it's fake. But I really hate that it's just flooding into everything.
It's also flooding into YouTube. Sorry, like You've got channels that are building 50, 100,000, like gaming channels that are just slop collection, like, RPGs and whatever. And it's not even like there's no effort. It's just all AI. It's all jacked up. So it sucks, man.
This is interesting. Steven says Evan's right. A lot of people will want authenticity to turn to indie for it. There's the term of in certain fields like handcrafted like goods or something. It makes me wonder about games in the future if it's a bunch of AI stuff being developed and one of the marketing pitches is this was actually made by a person, is handcrafted.
No, that's going to be a marketing beat.
That's crazy.
Made by people. Like that's gonna be like, wow, it feels so human. Like that's going to be something that we'll start focusing on probably.
It doesn't feel like a Reddit slurry in the form of writing.
God, I'm so scared for
dude. Can you not wait for your doctor to ask ChatGPT what's wrong with you? Oh, it's gonna be great.
Well, Dr. iPad, because it's not gonna be a person anymore, obviously.
It's a robot.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, Idiocracy was so on point. It was.
They were.
It is wild.
Now we cry.
Down to the choosing of the shoes that looked like a shitty future being Crocs before Crocs were huge. Come on.
Oh man, let's see. Here we go. Adam says, Celia, how about the ringtone from JP3 on repeat?
Oh boy, I love that one.
I'm following around at too many games with that on a speaker.
God, you'll start seeing me have flashbacks like E3, like
Look at it, Jack says, will Cortana be replaced by Copilot in the Halo C remake? Oh man.
Imagine.
I miss
Cortana Copilot in alliteration.
Steven says, Pokey MMO is a really cool fan-made game that combines gens 1 through 5 all into one game, and it actually has a lot of MMO elements.
Now that we've said it out loud,
Pokemon
lawyers are
allegedly. Oh, okay, got to see. Allegedly.
Hypothetically, if that were to exist, that would be really cool.
Tijo says 2 words: Huck AI. Joey with the super sticker. Shout out to Joey. Sketches of Harmony. AI should help spotlight the true creative minds. I think there's that belief that AI will be used correctly. No. Kind of like, remember back in the day?
We're humans. There's no utopia in this.
Tie it to gaming. Remember back in the day when the idea of DLC showed up and it was horse armor, and we were like, oh, that's kind of cool. They can.
I don't remember people saying that was cool. I remember people saying that was shit, and they should have put it in the game originally. That was what the forums were lit up with.
That was the idea being that they can deliver games digitally. It was like, oh, that's kind of cool. What else can they do? And then we have battle passes and stuff and all kind of free to play games. And yeah.
And they ruined it.
Got out of hand. Joey says, happy Halloween. Vacuum. Shout out to Joey. Truly Epic says, random question, are PVMs worth it when it comes to retro gaming? I've had a nice 20-inch Ikigami PVM for $700, or should I stick with my Panasonic CRT? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't have a PVM. That sounds like an MVG question. Kat says, got the Xbox ROG Ally, using it as a PC, have it hooked up on my monitor dock station, runs better than any laptop I've had. Plus portable gaming, good purchase. Well, if you buy it as a computer, technically, multi-purpose device, yeah, it could work. You can see that. Travels well compared to a bulky laptop that would play games. I'll say that. Joey says, say it on a lyric. Is there a whole song going on here that I know about? Thanks, Joey. I appreciate it, Joey. Now that we've terrified everyone about AI. Thanks, Joey. This is the first. I think that's it. We go around here as we finish up. I should probably check StreamYard as well. Celia, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I'm Celia B with 3 E's. Also on Instagram at Kosher Gamer, but that's more focused on cat memes and retro game collecting. And then I'm also on a podcast with Josie and Sean and sometimes Nate, and it's called Game and Talk. We usually podcast on Wednesdays, and then I usually stream on Fridays. I was really exhausted yesterday, so I didn't stream. So I'll be doing a Sunday stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hope to see you there. It'll be fun.
Go to OJ. So where can everyone find you?
Yeah, I found me right here on YouTube, Player Essence. I had an interesting video today talking about some stuff with ROG Ally and Switch 2. So check out that video. A lot of conversation there. And yeah, I'll be doing a bunch of videos on RPG content and stuff coming up. So if you're into like Hyrule Warriors, we got, I guess I should talk about this too. We got like a huge giveaway going down on Tuesday. I'll be streaming Pokemon Legends at the beginning of the game. We're going to be giving away 3 copies of Pokemon Legends ZA. We're giving away a copy of Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Kirby Air Riders, and Metroid Prime 4 throughout the year. So when those games come out. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. So subscribe to Player Essence. There'll be plenty of stuff when it comes to that. So I appreciate you guys that are watching and subbing, and I appreciate John and everybody having me on.
Yeah, just listen to Dunk. Just be nice to any of the robots if you see him. Just be nice to him now. Evan, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, social media at Kimmerix Project. Sometimes we stream. I'm trying to figure out videos. It's been months since I've put a video out because I'm just trying to reformat things, think of new stuff going forward. So we'll see what happens. I got a game tomorrow though, so I won't be around.
Okay, game.
Yeah, that's what all that's for.
Oh, it's all ready to go. Look at that.
No.
Okay, so you won the last one. You're going for 2 in a row.
This is practice. That tournament's 2 weeks from now, so hopefully.
Oh, okay. Wow, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, cool.
Oh my gosh, you know what it reminds me of? Like how excited I would get, like when I used to go to the Pokemon League. Like back
way back in the day with the card.
Oh yeah, like in like '99, I used to go to Pokemon League and play, and it was so exciting getting ready to play and
it's super great getting prepped for a week, feeling great, focusing up, and then getting 2 hours of sleep the night before because you're overthinking everything, and then you have to show up and do 12 hours of knowing all of these stats and everything on 2 hours of sleep. It's good.
It was much easier for me back then though, because there was only 1 gen out at that point, so it wasn't anywhere near as hard as it is now to be good at the game. But yes, what Evan is saying is correct. I would always just go there and like be like, oh my, I freak out,
What if I don't get the Gengar on the pull? What do I do?
Well, it was like if I run into like a Haymaker deck, that was the scary thing back then. Haymaker, Rain Dance decks, people that just have Blastoise and just Blastoise, you can just put all the energy cards down. So people that if you run into a Rainmaker deck, and if you run it or Rain Dance deck, or if you run into like a Haymaker deck that has plus powers and energy removals, those were always like scary, like to run into back then.
Well, it was fun until the really, really old person with every card showed up, and then
I kicked that guy's ass one time.
Don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, he smelled bad. His name was Ben.
Well, still got him written down.
Yeah,
you took away the only thing that man had in his life, destroying children.
His name was Ben. His name was Ben. He smelled like ass. Well, that was just me, maybe.
But he had 3 Charizards. So.
You think that's what people think of you when you go to the Smash Brothers?
I don't go to the Smash tournaments anymore.
It's because that one kid kicked your ass.
Yeah, that one kid kicked my ass. I said, "What am I doing with my life?"
You were that kid, OJ.
Like 30 years ago.
Full cycle.
Oh my god.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate it. We'll be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I think Gene will be stopping by. Sean will be back. So it'll be a good time overall. We'll see you guys then.